Hello and welcome to Happy Half Hour, the new show on Peoria Life brought to you by Enjoy Peoria. I'm your host, Kaci Geier, and you can join us here every Tuesday at 10:30 as we sit down with some of our awesome local businesses and fill you in on some great events that are coming up. Today, we're going to be sitting down with Wheel Art Pottery owner Jacob Grant, hearing about some of their great events and getting our hands dirty and playing with some clay. And then we'll sit down with John Morris and Bill Conger from the Peoria Riverfront Museum to talk about their new Illinois Bicentennial exhibit. So sit back, relax, and stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Happy Half Hour. Gone in 60 Escape Games is the newest attraction in Peoria's Warehouse District. Gone in 60 provides an immersive experience. You get locked in a room, each with a different theme, and have to use clues to work your way out of the door in under 60 minutes. Think you can get it done? Gone in 60 is perfect for a date night or with a group of friends. Do you want to find out more about what's going on in the Peoria area? Well, check us out at enjoypeoria.com. Welcome back to Happy Half Hour. Peoria is really becoming known for their thriving art community, and a really big part of that is Wheel Art Pottery Studio. So we're here with owner Jacob Grant to tell us, what's so awesome about Peoria's art scene. But first, let's get started on these. You brought a couple balls of clay. What are we doing?
We're going to make pinch pots.
Awesome.
So you've kind of done this before.
I have. I'm pretty much a
over.
Professional.
Yeah. So to make a pinch pot, you just start off, put your thumb down inside.
Okay.
Like that. Then you're going to pinch the clay at the bottom. You turn it, pinch and turn, pinch and turn.
Pinch pot.
Pinch pot.
All right.
All right, so anyways.
Yeah, so tell me about the studio.
All right, well, we have been around since 2010 in the Warehouse District. We have been in our current location on the corner of Washington and Persimmon in the back of a large warehouse called The Mill since 2012. We started off originally as a membership-only program where we would charge people month-to-month memberships to come in and use our studio. We had a couple wheels at the time, had some kilns. They would buy clay from us, and then when we were open, they would come and make stuff in our studio. Around 2012, we kind of saw that the building, the old Murray department store that's now a developed apartment building, we saw that that was probably going to happen within the next few years, so we decided we needed to start looking for another location, and we found the Mill. And for a number of different reasons, we moved down there, the beauty of it, and also just the facilities as far as being able to have our kilns there amongst larger amounts of space and being like on the ground floor level like we have. So we moved there in 2012 and started offering skill building classes, and those started to take off pretty well. And then before long, I started having friends that own businesses in town ask if we could do different kinds of workshops and team building. And it was something I'd never really done before, so we tried it and found that, after a couple times that it was a pretty good way to kind of give people the experience of working in clay, not necessarily enough time to build skill in it, but just give people the experience. And so we started, after that, offering birthday parties as far as one of our other offerings, and then we got into doing date nights. And now we do just all kinds of other, what I refer to as experiential learning opportunities for individuals and groups, anything from private sessions to scout troops. We have a date night coming up this weekend that these date nights have become super successful. But also, we partake in other programs such as First Fridays. A lot of people don't know that it was actually our studio that started the whole First Fridays in Peoria back in 2011, and we still.
What can people do there on a First Friday?
Good question. We do a lot of different stuff. Yeah. We have a gallery where, like most of the First Friday venues, have a gallery where you can come and look around and shop and find things to buy. Mm-hmm. And so we of course have that. And in that gallery is work made by myself, but also by some of our members as well too. We have the opportunity for people, if they want to just give the clay a try on the pottery wheel. Most people that come into our studio are really drawn to the idea of working on a pottery wheel. They've seen
they've seen ghosts.
Yeah, they've seen ghosts. Yeah, and so they also like things that are symmetrical. A lot of times people are drawn to the symmetry that can be achieved on the wheel. So they can sign up for 45-minute sessions on the First Friday nights to come and throw on the pottery wheels, and they have a variety of different forms that they can choose from, anything from a bowl to a mug, beer steins, vases like this.
Awesome. Now, so if they come, they fall in love with it. You said that you guys offer classes. So can you tell us about the classes a little bit?
Yeah, so we have what I refer to as skill building classes, which are different than our experiential learning opportunities. Skill building is where people come in whether once a week, a couple times a week, and they're trying to actually figure out how to do this independently. And so we offer typically 8-week skill building classes throughout the year, and they usually just go back to back to back. We keep pretty busy with them. For adults, we usually offer Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday evenings. We also offer children's classes on Tuesday afternoons, and then teen classes on Thursday afternoons. And
As Valentine's Day is approaching, I'm a testimonial for your classes. A couple years ago, I bought it for myself and my dad, and we spent about 8 weeks together. It was so much fun to know that once a week I had a date with my dad. We'd go and we'd play on the pottery wheel and make some cool stuff. It was a lot of fun, and I think it'd be a really fun idea for like a couple's Valentine's Day or something like that, just to learn something with somebody you care about or somebody you love. Is a really fun experience. So tell us, if you're just looking for you don't want to do the full 8 weeks, but what about the Valentine's Day date night? What does that consist of?
Well, the Valentine's date night, usually with the parties and the experiential workshops, they're usually a 2-hour party where people will come in, if it's a birthday party or a team building, they'll come in for 2 hours. They'll do typically half the time hand building like what we're doing. The other time they'll do the wheel throwing, but for the date night, we actually extended it for an hour, so it's a 3-hour night from 6 until 9 p.m. And we have mingle time, we have time to make pots, hand building, wheel throwing, but we also throw in games, and the games, people win prizes. I give out pots that I make for the winners, and if anybody's ever seen Ghost, that's one of the games that we throw in having to do with that ghost. I actually have the soundtrack, Unchained Melodies on the phone. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What about some of the stuff that's up here? I know the Penguin, that's one of your classes you offer, isn't it? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So throughout the fall and winter into the spring months, we've been offering on the first Saturday following First Fridays, some kind of a workshop dealing with me making a pre-thrown form and then people coming in the next day and doing different things to the form. So we start off in October with doing little jack-o'-lanterns, and I actually am able to put a bag of candy inside of the little pumpkin that I make.
Oh, nice.
And so when people come in the next day, they cut open the pumpkin like it's a jack-o'-lantern, and then they find the candy, they pull that out, and then they carve the pumpkin. For Thanksgiving, we do little turkeys. Christmas, we do Santa Clauses, snowmen, and Christmas trees, and then we just got done doing the penguins. And so essentially, I'll throw a form like that, and then they come in and do the decorations.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, where can people find out more information about your classes?
If they just Google search Wheel Art Pottery Studio, or if they Google search my name, Jacob Grant, Jacob Grant Ceramics, or just Pottery in Peoria, they're definitely going to find us. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. How's your pinch pot looking?
Oh, pretty good.
I know, you're a pro. I don't do so much with symmetry, so I usually try to make mine look a little awkward on purpose.
Oh, you're doing all right. You haven't lost anything.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, we do have a website and a Facebook. Most people look at our website and Facebook.
Perfect. Well, Jake, thanks for joining us today. And again, you can sign up for his classes. Is there still time to sign up?
There is. We are in the middle of an 8-week class now. The next one starts in March.
Awesome.
We are pretty close to being booked on our Valentine's Day, but we are starting to wait list people. So if anybody's interested, they still can get a hold of us, and we're looking, if we can't get them in for this one, possibly putting another one together for Sunday. So.
Okay, so get on that wait list if you guys want something, if you want a unique Valentine's Day date night. Thanks for joining us, Jake. You can check him out, Googling Wheel Art Pottery Studios, or check him out on Facebook. And stay tuned. We'll be back with more Happy Half Hour.
Hi, I'm Jake. I've been with Connected Restaurant for 10 years. Today I will be making our Chilean sea bass, El Branzino.
Get out your calendars because we're going to fill your free time. First off, the hills are alive with the sound of music. The award-winning musical is coming to the Peoria Civic Center February 6th and 7th. The spirited, romantic, and beloved musical story of Maria and the Von Trapp family will thrill audiences with popular songs such as Do Re Mi, My Favorite Things, and more. Tickets are almost gone, so make sure you head to the Peoria Civic Center website before it's too late. Want to help your community in an artistic way? Head on out to the Contemporary Art Center February 8th for Together We Work, interactive art showcase and music video shoot. Join Peoria musician Josiah Williams and artist Chelsea Tams for a fun night that includes art displays and a public music video shoot. Head on over to enjoypeoria.com for more information. Grab your gal pals for a fun Galentine's Day at Morton's So Chic Boutique. Check out the fashion truck, the Runaway Rack. Grab a coffee from the Spot Coffee Truck, sweets from Baked Blessings, and shop in the So Chic Party Room with Fierce Spirit Boutique. If this sounds like a fun Friday night to you, head on over to the So Chic Facebook page to learn more. Are you a history buff wanting to know more about what led up to that fateful night at the Ford Theater in 1865? Who best to tell the tale than President Lincoln himself? Head on over to the Pekin Public Library February 10th as President and Mrs. Lincoln reflect on the events that happened before the president's assassination inside the theater. This one-act play includes reflection on the Civil War and the couple's plan for the future post-war. Head over to the Pekin Chamber of Commerce website for more. Looking for a unique Valentine's Day event? Then check out Wildlife Prairie Park's Wild About Love. Wild About Love is a night of dinner and dancing with your hostess, Tink the Skunk. Don't worry, you're safe around Tink. And trust me, the menu looks amazing. To find out more about events in the Peoria area, visit us on enjoypeoria.com or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. There are so many amazing restaurants in the Peoria area, but only a few that let you wear the chef's hat. Hokkaido offers some of the best Asian cuisine in the Peoria area. Enjoy a fun show with their hibachi grill, feast on their mouth-watering sushi, and they have something you won't get anywhere else in the Peoria area: Korean barbecue. And the best part about Korean barbecue, you'll be the grill master. They supply the meat and vegetables, and you get to grill them to your own preference. Hokkaido's Korean barbecue is a delicious and fun dining option. Do you want to find out more about what's going on in the Peoria area? Well, check us out at enjoypeoria.com. Welcome back to Happy Half Hour. Now, the Peoria Riverfront Museum is one of the go-to attractions in the downtown area. Their newest exhibit celebrates the state of Illinois during its bicentennial. Celebrate Illinois 200 Years in the Land of Lincoln presents a unique story of the state's past and present. To tell us more, our museum president and CEO, John Morris, and the curator of collections and exhibits, Bill Conger. Thanks for joining us, guys. Glad to have you.
Great. Good to be here with you, Kaci.
Let's start. First off, the museum is celebrating Illinois' bicentennial with a brand new exhibit. Can you guys tell us about it?
The exhibition is, of course, in celebration of 200 years of this great state. We have assembled over 240 objects from over 40 different lenders and institutions, as well as our own collection, to tell the story of this great 200 years. And the exhibition actually takes you chronologically as well as compartmentally through science, agriculture, art, achievement, and tells a very rich story.
I was in Friday for the press conference, and I heard a few of the pieces. What are some of your favorites? There's some really unique stuff in there.
Well, the curators, Bill and his team, a shout out particular to Lottie Phillips. Mm-hmm. Lottie is the curator of this exhibition. It's her first exhibition. She's curated. She is the registrar of our collection. We have a substantial collection at the Peoria Riverfront Museum, some of which has been used for this exhibition, but most of what we have is on loan from other institutions. Okay. We have over 40 lenders from the Smithsonian. Wow. To the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library, to grants, the Historical Society in Galena, from some Ulysses S. Grant items. Let me talk about a few of the items in the exhibition.
Please.
First of all, we have all 4 of the Illinois-connected presidents.
Very nice.
We have Abraham Lincoln. A cuff link Lincoln was wearing when he was assassinated, on loan from the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library. and a desk on which Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation on loan from the Chicago Historical Society, a chalice that belonged to Mary Todd Lincoln that is in our permanent collection, a gift in honor of Mrs. A.G. Heydrich in our permanent collection. We have a Ulysses S. Grant first edition autobiography.
Wow.
And for those who know American autobiographical sort of rankings, the Grant autobiography is a gold standard. He wrote it up till 2 days before he died in order to raise money to leave for his family. It's an amazing story. We have items related to the third president connected to Illinois, Ronald Wilson Reagan, born in Tampico, Illinois in 1911 on this day.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Today is Ronald Reagan's birthday, February 6th. He would be 107 years old. On loan from his alma mater, the smallest college in American history, graduated president of the United States, Eureka College. We have his diploma. We have a Golden Globe Award, the only Golden Globe Award he received in 1956. We have his presidential cowboy boots and other things. And finally, items connected to the most recent president connected to Illinois, Barack Obama. We have the pen on which he used to sign his first executive order. We have a cabinet photograph signed by every cabinet member. And we have a beautiful photograph of him and our own local figure of history, Ray LaHood, who was congressman and later Secretary of Transportation for President Obama. So we have the four presidents. We also have, talk about some of the other things, Bill.
Well, the culture section is phenomenal. When you think of Illinois, often maybe culture gets relegated down the list when we're considering Illinois, but we have an amazing history of architecture, of design, from Frank Lloyd Wright to Mies van der Rohe. Both of those artists or designers are represented in the exhibition, from items from the museum's permanent collection. We have an amazing literary history in Illinois as well, from Carl Sandburg in Galesburg to Edgar Lee Masters, the Spoon River Anthology. We have an original first edition. We have David Foster Wallace, one of the most important contemporary writers in America, represented with a signed copy. And artists. We have the artists from Chicago known as the Imagists, probably the only Illinois recognized art movement. Many objects from Peoria Riverfront Museum's collection are represented there as well.
Awesome.
We have the plow of John Deere.
Wow.
On loan from the Smithsonian Institution.
That's awesome.
We have the Ag Lab equipment that was used in the mass production of penicillin here that certainly saved hundreds of millions of lives. So the list goes on and on.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We can keep talking, but
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is that seeing this exhibition is going to make you proud of being from Illinois, proud of the achievements of our state.
Yeah, there's so many things that I think you don't realize, or you do and you forget, So that's awesome that we're celebrating it in such a great way.
May I tell you one more?
Yes, you may.
All right, so sports fans.
Yes.
A seismic shift in the history of American sports took
Hallelujah.
place
Hallelujah.
in the year 2016 when the
Yes.
Chicago Cubs finally won the World Series. It was Game 7, 10th inning, extra
there.
innings, and Ben Zobrist, a local Illinois-born, Eureka, Illinois product, stood up to the plate in the 10th inning. It was tied 6-6. He got a hit down the third base line, got a double, score turned in the favor of the Cubs, 7-6. They would go on to win 8-7. But that was the pivotal moment,
yeah.
some say, in the modern history of baseball,
Definitely.
Cubs fans particularly. And we have the helmet and the batting gloves
That's
Ben
amazing.
Zobrist was wearing. So
That's amazing.
That's an exciting item.
And that's
there
what's,
as well.
I think, so cool about this exhibit is you cover everything from, our presidents to Ben Zobrist.
Right, exactly,
It's something
exactly.
I think everybody can find something there that'll really just.
Bill and
make
I
them
just
say,
left the galleries earlier, and we have school children as a part of something called the Every Student Initiative, where the museum's goal is to get every student from public, private, homeschool schools from the entire central Illinois area in the museum every year on curriculum-related visits.
Awesome.
We just left probably more than 150 kids
amazing.
touring every aspect of this exhibition of the museum in general. It was fascinating to see the wide eyes of these kids looking at the sword on loan from the Daughters of American Revolution chapter here, one of the oldest objects from 1780 in central Illinois,
Wow.
found in central Illinois that was from the early European explorers. So anyway, I know your job is to promote the area.
Yes.
And our job is to inspire confidence and learning and unleashing of talent in the
Yes.
area. That's what the museum does. So we're proud to be on your show today.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job of it. So how long will the exhibit be running?
Through June 3rd.
Okay, so you've got some time to go and check it out. All right, well, I'm going to shift a little bit because I know you guys have some fun events coming up to celebrate Valentine's Day and, just some fun date night ideas. So can you tell me about those?
Sure.
Thank you.
Actually, this Sunday
Yes.
is a big one. On the 11th at 2 p.m., we'll have an amazing lecture covering the 4 presidents that are obviously included in the exhibition:
Awesome.
Lincoln, Grant, Reagan, and Obama. Dr. James Cornelius from the Lincoln Presidential Museum,
Renowned scholar.
and Senator Ray LaHood obviously will be there. Ian Hunt is also a curator from the museum. He will be there as well. And
Dr. Jamel Wright, the
Right.
president of Eureka College, talking about
Very
Reagan.
cool.
So that'd be a great panel. You mentioned Valentine's Day. We have coming up as a part of our classic film
Yes.
series. We've begun to do not only showing the films, but we make them into events. So Star Wars, for example, we did a Star Wars dinner. It was sold out in a matter of days. It was just a fun night. People
yeah,
came in
bet.
costume. The
Bet.
food was related to the theme. Everybody got a complimentary bag of popcorn. They got to see it on the best screen in Illinois. So we are doing this again with a classic film, The Princess Bride.
One of my favorites.
Well,
One
you
of my
got it.
absolute
You
favorites.
need to come. So it's sort of a pre-Valentine's Day, and the date is. Do you remember the date? What's the date of that?
I believe it's the 10th.
The 10th. That's
because
it.
I was really excited
February
about this one.
10th.
Yes.
So just a warm up to Valentine's Day. Dinner and a movie. People can make their reservations through our website, Peoria Riverfront Museum's website. And we're going to do a lot more with classic film.
Awesome.
And it's not just about the size of the screen, it's about the size of the experience you get. So Thursday night, we've got The Godfather.
Oh, cool.
One of the great,
yeah.
AFI is one of the probably top 10 films of all time. We've showed Casablanca, Citizen Kane, Singing in the Rain.
Awesome.
And we'll continue to do Thursday night classic films on the Giant Screen Theater. And we had 177 people at Casablanca.
Wow.
Hosted by Mark Spenny, one of our trustees at the museum. So
Amazing.
And on Thursday nights in April, those Thursdays will focus on Illinois-based films.
Oh, very
as
cool.
well.
And
So-
that's, again, something I think, people might not be quite as
Right.
aware of. Well, awesome job, guys. Thanks for helping us celebrate the bicentennial and getting the word out to everybody how great our state is.
our state is great.
Our state is great. It is. Well,
is.
thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. And
Thank
you
you
can
so
find
much,
out
Casey.
about all of these exhibits and more at the Peoria Riverfront Museum's website or on their Facebook page, I imagine. Well, that's all the time that we have today for this week's episode of Happy Half Hour. Time does fly when you're having fun. So if you guys are ever looking for something to do, whether it be a cool new restaurant, a new attraction in the area, a fun date night like we just talked about, you can check us out on enjoypeoria.com or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And remember, like my mom always says, if you're bored, it's because you're boring. So get out there and enjoy Peoria.